Welcome to Messages from the Divine. This particular deck is an interesting deck, and I found this many years ago at a healer's residence, her office, and she used this deck with me. And honestly, she was one of those women that really contributed to where I am today. The level of support she provided, the energetic clearing, the things that were happening that I could not explain with my rationale, my logical mind, my scientific mind, the aspects of self that I was tapping into psychologically, and the gifts that she gave me. And look, as an energy healer and as an insurer, one of the tools that she used were these very cards. They're called the Living Light cards, and I was fascinated by them because of just what they look like. I mean, it was just really interesting. And this isn't the card that I drew today, but I'm just going to show you some of these cards because they're just fucking epic. They really are. At least I see them that way. The light here. maybe there. But they're an amazing deck of cards for so many different reasons. They're very profound when you look at them. And it may not be coming that way right now, but there's this symbolism that is here as well, which is really beautiful and very interesting. It's intriguing, and there's something that just draws me to these cards for so many reasons, right? The patterning, the sacred geometry, the cosmic nature of these cards, the symbolism, the almost language, the hieroglyphic language that's part of these cards is just so intriguing. And I mean, I could obviously keep going for forever with these, but there's just something really special about these cards. And there's various ways to draw them as well. There's various ways to lay them out. There's so many different systems. I just use a 3-card system today, and I'll read to you what that 3-card system is. It's the current issue, card number 1. So the first card you draw is the current issue. What you are really seeking guidance about. The chosen may not seem clear at first. Until you look at your true motivation for the question. Card number 2 is the history affecting the outcome. What is your past experience, and how does that continue to affect the outcomes of your challenges today? Card number 3, the potential outcome. Based upon the issues of the 2 other cards, your outcome will have everything to do with the symbol or symbols of this card. The results are not a yes or no, but powerful suggestions to consider in your decision-making process. So for me, I didn't ask a specific question with respect to having a particular issue. I really just was very clear on show me what needs to be shown. And so you'd stack these in a pyramid style, card 1 and 2 on the bottom, card 3 on the top, and you'd read from there. And so card 1, and also it's how you draw these. If you draw them upside down, it has a different symbolism or significance. You draw them in a particular way, in a particular order, obviously. And this is just one of many. There's a single card reading, there's a star tetrahedron reading. Just looking through, there's a spiral reading as well. A relationship spread. This has like 9 cards that you draw. It's just a really interesting, harmonizing the body, the front view. There's cards stacked upon cards here, and this is really interesting. So this one's just a 3-card draw, and the first one that I drew was this, number 10, the body, the root. Right. So show me what needs to be shown. Number 10, the body, the root. So I'll read that to you now. And you know me, I'm a big fan of the body, being embodied, getting into our bodies, understanding our bodies, having a connection with our bodies, because we don't want to be disassociated or disconnected from our bodies. This is your true foundation. Whether or not you feel as if you fit in any group or with a single individual, it is your sense of safety and the source of your courage, for this is where your basis of operating as a human being begins. To draw this card means that you are firm in your convictions and do not mind reaching deeply for more resources when you feel as if you are at your wit's end. Now, I consider myself a fairly grounded person, and I also have grounded visions for what life is about and what life can be, but I find it very useful to stay in the body. No matter how much trauma I've been through, physical abuse, violence, emotional upheaval, all of that, I spent many years disassociating from my body and not valuing what my body was. I was overweight as a young child. I ate a lot to protect myself, to feel the sensations of putting pleasure back into my body, but then to also want to numb from my body. There's a paradox, right? We're walking hypocrites as human beings, and we're walking paradoxes at the same time. And I read this, and for anyone that's watching, if you've experienced a lot of trauma or pain in your life, it's very easy to disassociate from your body. I see so many amazingly gifted, talented, spiritual people that have tremendous insights into what's happening to the nature of reality, yet they're not connected to their bodies. They have massive health issues, they have massive financial issues. They're not grounded here on earth. They're always thinking about, let me get out of here, let me go to Sirius, that's where I'm from, or that let me go to another planet, that's where, I'm a star seed, I'm not of this planet. And you may feel that, and there may be an element of truth to that. And if you are here, maybe you're meant to be here for a reason. Maybe you're of this planet for a reason. And what I say that is because as human beings, we're very good at creating meaning out of anything and everything. And we're also really proficient at coming to what we would think are logical deductions around our suffering. And whilst all of that is valid, none of that does not play a role. What's really important is to remember that we're also very good at avoiding our stuff. We're very good at avoiding very heavy, dense feelings. And sometimes we've just got to feel the feelings, and that places us in our bodies because that intensity, that pain fucking hurts a lot. And I've been there with you. I share that. I feel that. I get the challenges that come with that. And the importance of staying in the body is the importance of creating a life that you actually want to be in, and not constantly wanting to leave this life or leave this body. And that's not an easy thing to do. And so, of course, the invitation is seek support, seek like-minded and like-hearted people to surround yourself with, to witness you, to see you, to help you see your own significance and worthiness. And that's a process, right? That's not something that just happens overnight, or it can, but generally it's a process and it requires effort and commitment. And that can be deeply challenging because it brings up a lot of old stuff. And we don't want to relive that stuff. We just want to clear it. We want to purify it. Like fire is transformational and purifying. We want to purify ourselves, not because we're evil or because we're broken, but we want to purify the thoughts that we have about ourselves. Because so often our thoughts, our self-talk is so dense and so negative. It's so harsh. You wouldn't talk to your friends like that because you probably wouldn't have any. So think about how you're relating to your body. Think about how you're grounded into earth, into everyday practice and routine. Think about where your mind goes. Are you here? Are you present in relationship, or are you drifting into another land because it's too difficult to be here? What does all of that mean for you? The second card is the history affecting the outcome. What is your past experience, and how does that continue to affect the outcomes of your challenges even today? And I drew 41, the quiet within. 41, the quiet within. So let me read you that. It's a very small book. And by the way, I drew all of these upright. There is a place at your very core where stillness lies, and in which the chaos of your world can never enter. This reminds me of so many different teachers, Eckhart Tolle being one of them, Viktor Frankl as well, Man's Search for Meaning. This place is yours and yours alone. Your secret place, the place of your soul's regeneration, the place where the light within you is most brilliant and the darkness cannot breach. That place is within you always, awaiting your arrival. There, in that tiny place inside of you, are the answers to the questions of eons and the knowledge of everything that has ever been. To find this place requires silence, stillness, and never needing to know anything. If you have found this card in your hands today, it reminds you to take the time to really know how you feel, what you want, and even what you really need. The answers may surprise you. I don't think we spend enough time in stillness and silence. I think the greatest mysteries and secrets of our cosmos reside in stillness and silence and solitude. And I heard that story once, that God was contemplating where to place the mysteries, the great mysteries of the cosmos, and contemplating for eons and eons and eons. And God then said, I'll place it in stillness and silence and solitude, because that is where humans fear to go the most. And going there and earning that is it's not only a path and a journey well earned, but the wisdom, the process, the unraveling that comes from having to go to that place and through what's required to get there, that's the magic, that's the gold. And you know, like lately I've been craving quietness. I've been craving to go within more so, and I'm giving that to myself. I'm doing that for myself, and it's almost insatiable. It's like it's not enough. So what does that mean? I don't know yet. It means, well, at a surface level, at a face value level, it means that I need more, obviously need more quiet time, more time with just myself, to contemplate, to feel, to be, not to carry any massive objective or linear objective in the outside world, so to speak, but just to sit. That's the objective, to be in nature maybe. I know that's always, and I mean always, and I say that in an absolute way, it has always given me reprieve, and it has always given me wisdom. It's always given me answers. It's given me insights into myself, into my current situations. Having that space, creating a gap between the intensity or the busyness of the world and responsibilities and obligations has helped heal parts of me that have been in pain. So solitude, quietness. But we fear our own minds. We fear what is there. We fear the darkness. And we sometimes fear the light because it's so foreign to us. And so I just ask you, can you go within a little more? Can you be in stillness and silence a little more? And how could that serve you? The last card I drew, which is the potential outcome, it represents a potential outcome, is completion. Completion. This is it's not number 4, it's number 4 in Roman numerals, so it's a little different. It's almost like, what I've been reading now is the minor Arcana of the living light, and what this is give me a moment, the major Arcana of the living light. So this is number 4. The situation is complete. It has come to fullness, like a ripened fruit. It is at its prime and then devoured, complete in its cycle. Allow the situation to be what it is. Now is the time to choose a different path, a different road to new and different situations, or to choose to remain with the situation that is. Because of the question that I asked, or basically the intention that I held, was just be shown what needed to be shown. The way I look at that is, for me personally, I can have a tendency to hold on to shit. I can have a tendency to rethink and replay and want more from something that I didn't give enough to. And when I really go deeper into where that came from, it comes from a feeling of maybe inadequacy, of not feeling enough, of in some shadow aspect of insecurity, right, that I haven't fully owned. And so to be more complete, to not only be more complete, because the flip to that is to be even more intentional. So when I complete something or a task, whether it be something simple around the house, whether it be a media project I'm working on, whether it be a course that I'm building out, whether it be an intention I have with my beloved to have a sacred union practice or a sacred sexuality practice, or whatever it may be, that the intention, the clarity, the 80% preparation, 20% execution rule, right? Like the intentionality, and the intention being preparation, to set that intention with such clarity and such care, give it dignity, respect that process, that it gives me almost no choice but to be deeply content with the outcome. I can be reflective and say, okay, where can I do better? But to let that shit go, to not be emotionally attached, not let it affect me and make my mood angry or sad or depressed. I can feel it for a minute. How long do I want to keep feeling that? How long do I want to keep being hard on myself? So for me, this completion piece is really important because it helps me ground deeper in my intention. So I'm more clear, I'm more discerning, I'm more direct, I am more linear, and I'm more open to my intention. And then I'm able to act and be from that place. So from there, I'm also safer for others. I'm more stable, I'm clearer, I'm more certain. These are traits that in intimate relationship are very, very important. And I'll speak to that, and I have spoken to that in other videos, and I'll speak to that in another video as well. But they're the cards for today, and take what resonates for you and with you. And maybe that's a message that you needed to hear today. Power and blessings to you.